Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we're going to go into a little bit more on fixed weapons in 3.10. It's still in Wave 1 PTU. Again, I don't see this patch coming out before the 1st of August, or maybe it'll come out around the 1st of August. But that's my personal opinion, and I'm being pretty conservative on it. So, yeah, that's what I'm expecting. But I wanted to show you guys a couple of different ships that I tried fixed weaponry out on and kind of compare a little bit with how the auto gimbals worked in the previous video. So I've got a Cutty Red here. In the previous video I used the auto gimbals, and in this video I've got 4 Panthers lined up on it. These are all fixed weapons. They're size 3s, so they're bigger than the 4 Badgers that I would normally run in auto gimbal mode on a Cutty Red. Now, some ships, auto gimbals is probably still going to be the better bet. You're definitely going to land more shots, but in fixed, when you hit with those bigger guns, they just do so much more damage, or at least they feel like it. You get a real good satisfaction from being able to really nail a target. As you can see, pieces are already falling off of this other Cutlass that I'm going against. With auto gimbals, maybe that happens, maybe it doesn't. There goes an engine off of it. So I'm going to say right now, I think that if you have a highly maneuverable ship, you probably want to go with the fixed guns. And if you have a less maneuverable ship, go with gimbals. Or even maybe play with head tracking gimbals. Not the auto gimbals, but the head tracking gimbals. That is a thing in this game. So if you have head tracking capability, you might want to play with how that works with regular gimbals. I know it could be pretty effective, especially if you're flying in one direction, you're looking another direction, and you're firing based off of where your head movement's at. Could work really good for a lot of people. I haven't tested that out, and maybe I'll get to it here, during 3.10. We'll have to wait and see. I don't really like the head tracking too much personally. That's just my feeling on it. Maybe I just need to work with it a little bit more and I will like it more. I just didn't like the implementation of it all that well. But again, that's something I could play with and maybe I will learn to enjoy it more. So the second ship I took out was the Drake Buccaneer. I don't have the normal standard loadout on this thing. I decided to go with 2 Badgers, 2 Panthers, and a Rhino. So you've got 2 size 2s, 2 size 3s, and a size 4 mounted on this thing. All fixed weapons, no gimbals on it. This thing could be pretty devastating with a full gimbaled loadout, because it's got 5 guns. But how much more devastating can it be with a fixed loadout? We're going to find out right now. So normally this thing comes with a mix of laser guns or laser cannons, repeaters, and it comes with ballistic weapons as well. I've foregone that and decided to go with all repeaters just because, it makes it simpler for the pips to line up, and repeaters are cool. You get to fire a lot of stuff downrange in a short period of time. And right now I am doing the clear out the Nova Rider's Nest mission, which by the way is very bugged in the game. I've tried this twice now, and both times it bugged out on the last mission. Now this time there was a 30K, maybe that had something to do with it, and I'm not really sure. I think it's just bugged. Because the patrol area was not popping up, and I'd been spending several minutes waiting for it to pop up. You'll probably see some of that at the end of the video. So the gist of the mission is you meet up at a rendezvous point with some sort of security force. I think it's Crusader Security or somebody like that. And they send you to go out and patrol certain areas and take out enemy fighters or enemy ships. And once you do that, you get paid. And I think this one's only worth about 5,000 credits. It probably should be worth more than that. But of course, if you have the Call to Arms mission up as well, you're going to get credits for killing outlaws or taking out outlaws. So definitely advise you do that. Now what I did there was I scanned for enemy vessels, and it gave me a really broad area where they're at. So the first thing I'm going up against is an M50. You know, M50s are extremely maneuverable, so being able to stay on target on an M50 is not the easiest thing to do, even in a Buccaneer, which is super maneuverable in itself. It's just, the M50 is just so fast. But it's not heavily armored. So if you can land just a few shots, you can see how the result is going to be. Next up is Mustang Delta. There's a couple of those around. The Delta is still an underpowered ship, in my opinion. It was geared to be a military version of the starter ship. Kind of like the Tana, but I think the Tana outclasses it in so many ways. They really need to work on fixing up the Delta and making it a better ship. I think they give it a little bit more stealth as far as the rating of the armor, which could help a little bit, but yeah, it's still not the best ship out there by a long shot. There's definitely better starting out military ships. I mean, I would go with, you know, definitely a Gladius, maybe even an Avenger. Those are always good ships to go with if you're looking at starting ships, so to speak. If you wanted to go for something like an Arrow, that would be also pretty good as well. So now I'm flying to the second patrol area, and I'm going to make a mistake and overshoot it. You don't slow down as quickly as you once did, like in 3.9. I guess the flight assist just doesn't come online to do that. So I wasn't slowing down at all. I just blew right on past the waypoint and the enemy targets. So I had to go back towards the enemies and relock them and engage. It's okay. At least I got a spot on them and I can go back. I'm not failing the mission for just overflying them. So far, what do you guys think of these fixed weapons versus the auto gimbals? Are you still going to auto gimbal in 310, or are you going to use fixed guns? Most of my ships, I'm going to have a fixed loadout. Again, I may play with the idea of auto gimbals on some of the bigger, slower turning ships. The 600 series, maybe. The Constellation series. You know, I might use it on those. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to have to do further testing with that as well. I know some of you guys are looking forward to maybe a sniper test where I get to test out all 4 sniper rifles and see which ones act, you know, better at certain ranges and which ones are more powerful, etc. I will get that video out to you guys when I can. I'm looking forward to doing it. It's just a matter of time. Work is trying to kill me at the moment, and you know, I'm trying to put in a few hours doing this stuff for you guys as well. And this is what I really enjoy, not that. So I wish I had more hours in the day to do this. So you can see I was able to bring down that Cutty with all fixed loadout here on the Drake Buccaneer. Just a small little ship, little light fighter that packs a serious punch. This thing has 2 coolers, it has 2 shield generators and 1 power plant. So it's crazy the amount of stuff that the components this ship has for being as little as it is. And I think this thing could really make a difference if you have a multitude of them. So if you had a squadron of them going out, you could probably really wreck a lot of folks because they're nimble, they have a lot of firepower, and they're small. So they have a very small, they're harder to hit because of their size. So definitely a cool little ship as well. I'm going to be running fixed on this most likely, and fixed also on that Cutty Red like you saw earlier, just because I feel like they both benefit more from having a fixed loadout. Now, something else that benefits really well from having a fixed loadout, the Saber, which I think you've seen before in one of the previous videos. Very awesome. What am I going to test next with a fixed loadout? Well, I still have to test the Gladius, the Avenger, and the Super Hornet, or the regular Hornet. All of those I really want to test with fixed loadouts as well to see how powerful they are in fights. because I have a feeling the Super Hornet's going to be pretty nasty again with a fixed loadout. So expect that video coming up in the future. I don't know how long it'll take to do those, but hopefully I'll get those out to you before too long. I do want to take a moment to thank everybody who's been tuning in to watch my videos. You guys are awesome. Thank you all to my Patreon and YouTube members. You guys are really helping me make a dream come true. If you guys want to sponsor this page, sponsor this YouTube channel, or me, you can definitely give to my Patreon or YouTube membership. That information is going to be down below in the description of this video. You can get into the YouTube membership for as low as $1 a month. That's really awesome. If I had every subscriber give $1, I could make a living off of this enough to quit my day job. And then we can continue growing the channel, and I may end up being able to make a decent living doing it. That would be super fantastic, super awesome. So again, thank you guys. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. That's it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy. I'll see you out in the verse.